What if the one change you were hoping wouldn't happen is already too far gone to stop? What if the support you depended on, or expected to access in the future, is being reshaped quietly, behind closed doors, with barely a whisper of resistance? Could this really be the moment when PIP changes move forward, unchecked, and no one is stepping in to stop them? Right now, legal experts have come forward with something that might surprise you, or even shock you. They've reviewed the government's proposals, and what they've found has serious consequences for claimants. But here's the real twist: according to the latest findings, there may be no legal grounds to block what's coming. No official route to challenge the PIP changes at a national level. That raises a very big question. If no one can stop this, what happens next? Is the government pushing forward because they truly believe it's the right thing? Or is it happening now, while public attention is low, and people are too tired to fight back? Could these changes be final, or is there still a hidden path forward that no one's talking about? I'm David, and in today's video, we're digging into what this all really means, not just in headlines, but in your real life. For seniors and disabled people who rely on personal independence payment, this isn't just news. This is about everyday support, financial security, and dignity. But before we jump to conclusions, we need to ask, are these changes as unstoppable as they seem? Or is there a smarter way to respond, one that doesn't rely on big court battles or politics? There's more to this than meets the eye. Legal experts didn't just say, no hope, they pointed to specific areas where people can still act. In fact, there are 4 critical parts of the government's proposal that they say need urgent attention, and the way we respond to them could make all the difference. What are those 4 parts? Why are they so important? And more importantly, what can you still do, even if the law won't fight this for you? Don't scroll past this. The next few minutes could give you the clarity, and maybe even a bit of hope, that's been missing from this entire discussion. If you've ever felt like your voice doesn't matter, or like these decisions are made without people like you in mind, then this video is one you don't want to miss. Click that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and stay with me, because what you learn next might just change how you see the future of your benefits. Now that we've talked about the potential impact of the upcoming PIP changes and what this means for your benefits in 2025, it's time to dive deeper into the situation and see exactly where things stand right now. I know many of you are worried, unsure of what's coming next, and wondering if this will really affect your daily lives. So, let's take a closer look at how these changes could play out and what you can do to stay informed and prepared. The truth is, the government's proposals for the future of benefits, including personal independence payment, PIP, are raising a lot of questions. While some people are hoping for a complete halt or delay in these changes, legal experts are saying that there's not much chance of stopping them now. This can be really concerning, especially for those of you who rely on PIP to get by each month. But before we let panic set in, let's take a step back and consider what these changes really mean for you and what your next steps might be. One of the most significant changes in the government's Green Paper revolves around the proposed adjustments to PIP itself. If you've been following the updates, you'll know that PIP was introduced to help people who have extra costs because of long-term illness or disability. It replaced Disability Living Allowance, DLA, back in 2013 and has since become a vital part of financial support for many people across the UK. The government has proposed changes to how PIP will be awarded and assessed in the future, with a focus on targeting support to those with the highest needs. Now, you may be wondering, what does that mean for me? If you've been receiving PIP and your condition has changed, or if you're currently applying for the benefit, it's important to understand how these changes could affect your eligibility and the amount of support you receive. But even more importantly, it's crucial to stay informed so you can prepare for any adjustments that might come your way. In addition to the changes to PIP, the government has also suggested scrapping the Work Capability Assessment, WCA, for certain claimants. If you've ever been through a WCA, you know just how difficult and stressful the process can be. For many people, the WCA can feel like an unnecessary hurdle to receiving the benefits they are entitled to. If the government follows through with their proposal to remove this assessment, it could make it easier for some people to access support. But for others, the lack of a clear assessment process could lead to confusion and delays in getting the help they need. Another important area of focus is the proposed introduction of a new unemployment insurance scheme. The idea behind this proposal is to provide more support for people who lose their job due to illness or disability, ensuring that they don't fall through the cracks when it comes to financial security. While this might sound like a positive step forward, the details are still unclear. Will this new insurance system provide enough support for seniors or those with long-term health conditions? Will it be accessible to everyone who needs it? These are questions that remain unanswered, and the uncertainty around this proposal is raising concerns among many. Finally, the Green Paper also mentions delaying access to the Universal Credit (UC) health element for those aged under 22. For some of you, this change could have a significant impact on your ability to get the financial support you need. If you're under 22 and rely on Universal Credit for assistance with your health-related costs, this proposal could leave you without the help you need for an extended period of time. For younger claimants, this delay could feel like a major setback, especially if you're already struggling with your health and finances. So, what can you do about all of this? While it may feel like the government's proposals are unstoppable, the truth is that there are still ways to make your voice heard. One of the most important things you can do right now is to speak out and raise awareness about how these changes could affect you and others in your situation. Contact your local MP, reach out to advocacy groups, and make sure your concerns are heard. While legal challenges may not be effective right now, public pressure and continued advocacy can still make a difference. It's also important to stay informed about these changes and how they might affect you in the future. The government may continue to revise its proposals as it receives feedback from the public and experts in the field, so it's crucial to stay on top of any new developments. Make sure you're following trusted sources of information, like benefitsandwork.co.uk or Turn to Us, and keep an eye on updates from organizations that support people with disabilities and long-term health conditions. As we continue to navigate these uncertain times, it's more important than ever to stay engaged with the process and understand how these changes might affect your future. While the outlook may seem bleak, there are still ways to get involved and make a difference. Whether you're directly impacted by the proposed changes or simply want to show solidarity with those who are, your voice matters. There are also other steps you can take to protect your benefits and ensure that you're receiving the support you're entitled to. For example, if you haven't already, it might be worth reviewing your PIP assessment and making sure that all of your needs are accurately represented. If you're unsure about your current benefit situation or need help navigating the system, consider reaching out to a benefits advisor or welfare rights expert. They can help you understand your entitlements and guide you through the process. One thing to remember is that you're not alone in this. Many people are facing similar challenges and concerns, and there's a growing network of support available to help. Whether it's through online forums, local community groups, or national organizations, there are people who care about your well-being and are working hard to make sure that your voice is heard. If you're feeling overwhelmed, reach out to these support networks. They can provide valuable information, resources, and emotional support. Looking ahead, it's hard to predict exactly how the government will proceed with these proposals. However, what we do know is that these changes will have a significant impact on many people's lives, particularly those of seniors and individuals with disabilities. Whether the government decides to move forward with these changes as planned or whether there will be further revisions, it's important to be prepared and stay informed. As we've seen in the past, government policies can sometimes change in response to public pressure or shifting political priorities. While it may seem like nothing can be done to stop these PIP changes, it's worth remembering that things can change, especially if enough people speak out and demand that their needs be considered. So, don't give up hope just yet. Keep advocating for yourself and others, stay informed, and make sure your voice is part of the conversation. To sum it all up, these PIP changes may seem like an inevitability, but that doesn't mean there's nothing we can do. While the legal avenues for stopping the changes might be limited, there are still ways to make an impact and ensure that your concerns are heard. Whether it's through public advocacy, staying informed, or working with others to raise awareness, there are ways to fight back and protect the benefits that are so vital to our communities. As we wait to see what the future holds, one thing is certain: your voice matters. Keep advocating for the changes that matter to you, and together we can work toward a system that better serves everyone.